Welcome to Sarah's Business Podcast, a revamped, rebranded pilot episode of what the podcast is going to be. If you've heard of me before, you know that I'm all about business tips for specifically small business owners, one-person businesses, or people who are working with a small team and who are aiming to get a business which is close to their heart. So, really thinking about, what I'm good at and presenting that to the world. So that's what my work is for. I'm a coach, I'm a trainer, and I'm so excited. My last podcast was in April officially, and then I hosted another one just impromptu, but actually, so I said goodbye to you April 2024, and right now we're back, and before that I was podcasting for 2 years every week, so it feels good to be home. And this is a pilot, so seeing how it's going. When you're watching me on YouTube, which of course you can if you know me, that's all part of the deal, really. Then you can see that I'm in a new studio. I'm in my new office, in my new home. I've moved last year, and it's been pretty good so far. So I think I needed some time to reflect on the way that I wanted to run my business, as I always do, as everyone always should do, thinking about, okay, so what's my next direction going to be? And so this was my moments when I was thinking about this. Yeah, so how is it going? And and that's it. So lots of things happened since my last episode actually in the podcast, and so I'm not going to talk too much about the old one, obviously, but we're going to talk about the future and what's going to happen. And I want to talk to you about something very interesting that I love talking about, and what has really been a game changer since summer of 2024, so summer last year, over 6 months ago. I really had a revelation. I'm going to share this with you in the podcast. And so, that's what we're going to do today. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is going, the way that you want. And I hope this podcast also inspires you to work on your business instead of just in your business. I know that this is, something that many people love to do. Working in the business instead of on the business, but I think it's so important to see, where you can grow really, and where you can expand, and actually also you're helping your clients with it. So I strongly believe in that idea, that working on your business is just as important, or maybe even more important than working in your business. So I'm going to talk about the most essential part of business. And, if I believe that if you learn to master this, you will, really, grow your audience with you, and who understands, who you are, and that they buy from you. And when you do this, you are going to be able to show your immaculate talent, and expand that in your offers. And that how to write daily content when you're working on this specific thing. And also it really also gives you a lot of clarity. And this is also what happened to me last summer, which I spoke about earlier in the call. And I'm just so excited to share this story with you. Because why am I so excited? Because it's really been a game changer for me. So last summer I was on an island, and I was having a holiday, and this is really a point and a place where I always get a lot of ideas. Actually the same specific island, but also same hotel, same beach. And I had so many ideas, and my creativity went through the roof. And I'm sharing the process with you, how you can, kind of, what you can take from that, and the insight that I gained, and that I just want to share with you. And I think really this applies to many different businesses and people who can actually, and I think many people can benefit from this. So what we're doing, what I was doing, what I did, sorry, what I did there was that I was thinking about, so this was July, I was thinking about my plans for the upcoming half year and then also say 2025, and I was thinking about different offers, and I was thinking about, what I wanted to sell and what I wanted to create. And actually, so in my business, particularly, so I have a 1-year membership, which is called the Big Business Club. And the club is very much about, actually, it's a 1-year experience where you're learning everything, right? So you learn content, launching, branding, creating your offers, mindset and identity work, all the things really that's needed to have a successful one-person business. And so I wanted to be a year, and I was thinking about, when I recreated my business, I was thinking about, okay, so what does my business need, right? So I was thinking about this because I was jumping into the idea of having smaller programs, mini programs, that people can jump into whenever they want. So let's say somebody really wants to learn something about content, then they can just jump into Fans for Life, or they want to create a better offer suite, they go into your signature suite and all those things. So I want people to be able to buy them separately, but I also really want to show what the benefit is of being a part of the club, a full year, because it's not just the programs, it's also a full year of support. And I actually just got off a call with the club again, and it's so nice to see everybody grows anyway. I mean, of course people grow in money wise, right? I mean, people are making way more money when they enter the club, or right after they enter the club. So that's of course a perfect benefit, but also people learn how to grow inside, how to be the best human they want to be. And not that people aren't good right now, but actually they want to refine who they really are. So that's what we're doing in the club. And so the thing with this is that I wanted to, so the Big Business Club already, I think it started May 2023, so it's already 1.5 years filled with members, and it's so much fun, and people are actually going for their 2nd year now, and I love that so much about that, because that's exactly what I wanted the club also to be, because I don't think that there is ever a moment that you have to stop, or that you say, oh well, now I did 1 year of mentorship, now it has to end. No, because I also evolve, and so I can really help you even better. But so it's 1 year, and then you can, for a smaller amount, you can join the next year as well. And so the thing is about this was very much about, I was thinking about this, I was thinking, so I have all those mini programs, I'm going to launch them once every year. So Fans for Life was in October, Signature Suite was in November. Maybe this year it's going to be a little bit different, but I'm going to launch it again this year, those programs. Maybe the same videos, maybe different videos, maybe different live trainings. I'm not really sure yet, because obviously I just ran them. It's January right now. So, and then I just want people to kind of progress into the programs, right? So when you're in the club, you are progressing from, so it was actually, when I first started this, it was Summer Club. It was a very fun summer program. Then we did Whole, then we did Fans for Life, then Signature Suite. Right now it's Ice Queen. Soon, next week, I'm launching Potion, which is the brand program. And there are so many programs following, so you have kind of a full year of programs and coaching and mentorship, really. So that was my vision, and I kind of laid it out in the summer, and so I had this idea. I really wanted to do the smaller programs. Why did I want to do it? Because I wanted people to get to know me, really, and also get to know me, but also learn, of course, from me. I really wanted to have people get results, and then most of the time when people would have stepped into a program, they could also credit a part of their previous payments to the club or to a upcoming mastermind. Or I'm always trying to do these little incentives for people to have a progression in my world, and also of course in their own abilities and talents, and how to expand on them. And so it's very much a growth area, a growth business actually that I'm running. So it's not just here's one program, which was before. When I ran my business, I had the Big Business Mastermind. I ran it for 2 years, and it was a 3-month program, and I did organize some smaller workshops or challenges and all those things, but actually it was just a mastermind. People would get a very elaborate video course on how to run a business, and then also coaching and mentorship on the side. And then I noticed that people went into the mastermind and then kind of wanted to join the next round and the next and the next. And this is also why I created the club, right? Because I thought, yeah, but I want to change. I want to have a different identity also, but also have something, that people can just be in, and then also, become better. So that was my vision. And actually last summer, so it was the club was already a year old actually when I realized, okay, I want to market it more. I want to, make it more interesting. I want to make it more tangible for people. I want it to be more of a household name, right? I want it to be more clear. And actually right now in January, the vision I created for my business in July, right now, half a year later, it is actually starting to really take off, and people are really understanding, how to be a part of my coaching. And I'm not, I'm also being very, true to myself in that. So what I created was a business model. So, it starts with for me, it starts, actually, for most people, it ends, let's say, at the club. And then, before that, they have an entire customer journey, yes or no, from one offer to the next. So what we're doing is that we're looking at how people are... So actually what happened was that one client of mine right now, who's in the club right now, she started in the 9 Lives membership. So this is my low cost membership, monthly payments. You can join for a year or quarterly, and in 9 Lives you receive weekly coaching. You can ask 1 question a week, and that's about it. It's very much, you have to lead yourself in that space, and it's a very good space, right? So there's many people inside. It's very interesting, and also the trainings are extremely high quality actually for the price that you pay. So it's very good, 9 Lives. And then so it starts with she started with 9 Lives, then she joined one of my secret offers, which turned out to be Whole. And then she upgraded Whole into Whole VIP. So Whole VIP was a 2-month experience where she actually would just get a mastermind, and I would help her look at her business. Then the next step was the Whole Package Mastermind, and she would be able to credit the entire VIP into the Whole Package Mastermind. And then after well, no, it wasn't ended yet, because I offered it to her on Black Friday. So the whole package would be finished on December 12th. And I offered to her, okay, so do you want to join the club? And for 1 year. And then she said yes. And then she could credit, I think, also the amount of the mastermind. So, and this was actually, she followed, let's say, the perfect customer journey. And why is that? Because I created the path for her, right? So I created the path for her so she could actually follow, the yellow brick road and really, take from the program what she needed, implemented it, coming back, me coaching her, implementing. So it's all, that's all that happened. And So that's, in my eyes, is the perfect customer experience, right? So she did it perfect. And then I created this idea when I was, lying on the beach and I was writing my plans. This always works best for me. Choose whatever works for you. But this, the sun just, it feels like, I'm I'm a little battery that needs to be charged in the sun. Anyway, so this is what we did and we worked on. And during the holiday, what I worked on, because I was doing this by myself, and I was thinking about this. So I was lying on the beach and I was thinking, okay, yes, but when I'm doing this, when I'm creating this business, which is so intentional, right? So I'm creating secret offers, I'm creating smaller programs. And in order to fill those smaller programs, I need to find a way to get people inside of those programs. And so one of my business models, how do you say, it's actually kind of a funnel. One of my funnels is that I'm creating a free masterclass or a challenge or a Telegram experience, or for instance this podcast. I'm organizing something like that, a taste of what the program is going to be like, right? So that's what I've done for the past half year. And this was quite interesting what happened, because so I really made the commitment that I wanted to do something for free once a month, and I wanted to see, which kind of media would be perfect for that particular program. So for instance, for Fans for Life, I created a masterclass which was called Finding the Right Words, but I also created a Telegram experience which was called Fan Club, which was way more to the point and very, very zingy, very very practical, because actually that was a very practical program. Whereas, for instance, Whole was far more of a mindset program, and it was, so the masterclass was basically also very much about that. And so when I was thinking about, so this is also something that I decided on, okay, so I'm going to do one free thing a month to, get people in, to have, to give people the idea, okay, so what, I really want to do this, so, give people the confidence that, it's a safe investment, because of course, it costs money to be in my programs. And so I just want to give people an idea and to really share, okay, so this is for you if, and then, people would feel called to that or not, and then they wouldn't join. So that's the other part. So I was thinking, okay, so the Big Business Club has all these mini programs. I want people to progress into the Big Business Club. I'm making it as interesting as possible with the credits that I'm offering. Once you invest, then you can put in the credits, of course, in a limited time, because it's not, that you've done one program and then it's gone, and then you have credits forever. No, it's gone at a certain point, and I always make very sure to be, to be very clear about that. And then, so with the free masterclasses or challenges or whatever, and actually, when I was lying there on the beach, I thought, but okay, something needs to change. Because if I want to do this, I can't just do this from content alone. I can't just do this from my raving personality. I need to have something else. I need to have something that backs that up, that proves that I'm the one for people, and that proves that I am the right choice, because I'm not the only coach in the world, and I really wouldn't want it to be, because then the quality wouldn't be as good. So, I like the competition. I don't really believe in competition, but there you go. And so I really wanted it to be when, when I would have that brand, I was thinking about, sorry, I didn't talk about brand yet. Did I? Yes, no, I now I'm lost. Anyway, what I thought that I needed was a brand, right? So I needed something that was, making it sorry, that was making it more, making it bigger, making it more interesting, making it, speak for itself, making it easy for people to make the decision yes or no, and also for people to share whether or not, to see if their emotions matched mine and all those things. I really believe also in those kind of in between the lines energetics, and so that's what I wanted to create. Sorry, I'm like, yeah, okay, did I say it? I don't know, I'm gonna listen to it in the replay. But so I'm talking about brands, obviously. And so I was thinking about this, what do I stand for, right? So what do I want to what do I want to show? What kind of feeling do I want to give to my audience, but also to my buyers and to my clients? And so brand is really a very big part of my business, and it's it's really helped me for people to understand what I'm about. And actually it's my life and my business is so much easier because I work so much on that. So once I drop something, I'm quite sure that it's going to sell. And if also, what I also really like about this brand work is that when I'm very clear on what my brand is, I know what to sell next. So my offers are very connected, so I know what to sell next. I know what I stand for. And so when I have lots of clarity around this, so I also know how to speak to my ideal client. I'm also thinking about what my ideal client needs, of course. And so what I also really like about this is when I've created the brand and when it was refining and evolving, I noticed that more and more people find me, even people that I don't really know. And so what happens is kind of a snowball effect, right? So people are actually going to buy. And then what happens, and happens and still happens, is that right now, so I have built this brand and now I'm expanding on it, which means that the brand is even getting stronger and stronger. And so really the brand has really been a game changer for me. But the thing was very much, it started with, what do I want to do? What do I want my business to look like? What do I want my programs to look like? In my case, programs, obviously, whatever it is that you offer, what do you want it to look like? How much time do you want to spend on it? I might do a podcast more on, my offers and why I created it this way. Let me know if you want that. Then I will create a podcast about that. But it's very much about, to me, it's very much about, starting inside of your business first. How do you want to help your people, or what do you want to sell to the people around you? And then thinking about, okay, so what brand is needed to get there? And a very fun exercise that we did in the 5-week mastermind, which is currently also running in my business right now, is that I was asking my clients to create an offer for 2,000 euros. And so they created one, and now we are launching the brand program next week. So obviously, they're getting everything because it's included. And so I said, okay, so does your brand represent the 2,000 euros offer? Because for most people it was a stretch. And so that's what we're working on. That's what we've worked on. And it's such an interesting question to ask yourself. So I want to give you 3 tips to go with, to think about this week, and really refine on this and work on this. So when you're creating a brand, be sure that you're staying very, very close to yourself. So when you're very outgoing, don't create a middle of the road offer or middle of the road brand. So one of the instructions I gave my designer, because I did work with a designer, mind you, but I was running the process. So I was saying, what I wanted and really wanted to bring across. And so my problem a little bit is that I really, really love pop culture, club culture, all kinds of music. But I also really like classical music, classical furniture, design, decoration. And so it's a bit of a clash. Now we're just talking, optics, right? But I mean, still. And so I don't really have, so I don't have this really clear brand identity because I'm multiple people. This sounds a little bit, but I am actually multiple people at once. That's also why people want to work with me, because I'm holding that duality, right? So I wanted to have a brand and also a brand identity which reflected that, and I think my designer really has done a very good job on reflecting that, obviously, because I'm running with it. I love the brand and everything. So that's the thing, is stay close to yourself, understand yourself very well, and also, when you're outgoing, don't be middle of the road, or the other way around, when you are a little bit shy. I'm not saying when you are a little bit middle of the road, but when you are a little bit shy, then please don't overstep yourself, or don't think that you need to expand too much on who you are. So not so much, who you are. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So the second tip is be consistent in your brands, be recognizable, but also stay original, right? Refine yourself. Don't become lazy. What I see so often, especially in content, is that I see people create the same kind of design, the same kinds of post all the time. I'm thinking, why? Why would you do that? Because, people are not interested. Well, except when it's a really good message. But people like to see different kinds of evolvements and like to see your brands evolve, and to see that you are growing also as a person. So please be consistent and recognizable, but also don't be afraid to refine and evolve. So then the third tip I want to share with you is think about how you want your audience to feel. What do you want to tell them? What do you want to give them? Which kind of feelings do you want to give them? How do you want them to feel about themselves, after they listen to you, after they've worked with you, after they've seen you? And so that's really the vibe that you want to give. So what is the vibe that you want to give? So for instance, for me, I know that I have a lot of energy, right? Because it is, and sometimes I don't, and I'm always balancing that, right? So I'm always trying to have, in my coaching calls, it's both very energetic but also very, very serious, because I'm both, right? I need to be both also, because else who can be energetic the entire time? So it's all those things, and think about what you want your clients to feel. And my clients really like it that I'm, motivating them as well, but I also really like it, so tell me what to do. So in order to have, for instance, if you're a coach or a mentor or any kind of advisor, consultant, you want your room full of people, if you have a scalable offer, full of enthusiastic people, and you constantly want good feedback on your programs or on whatever it is that you do. And so this actually means that you need to take the first step. You need to position yourself, and you need to position your business, and to show people what they can expect, so that they can respond. Actually, that's really basically what it is. And so I've done this for the past half year. It's cost me a lot of time, obviously, because I did this by myself, but the thing is, it was so worth it, right? It was so worth it because I'm seeing now the benefits. And this is also what I really like so much about this, is that it's very much a long-term model, right? So when you're listening to my podcast, you won't be hearing anything about cold DMs, ads, funnels, maybe a little bit funnels, but not so much funnels as, you can download my PDF right here. I'm not doing any of those things. Why not? Because, honestly, I think that's very much a short-term mindset for people with a short-term mindset, and those people are not my ideal clients. In fact, I don't think they have any business inside my business, obviously, because I just don't believe that that's the way that you should run your business. You're here for the long term. You're worth it to work on your long term, and yeah, I think it's really the smartest business move that you can make. And you can also do this without a team. I don't have a team right now. I'm running my business for 3 years now. I started with a team of 3, but I very soon after I realized that I wasn't for me, and I don't really need a team. So I'm living proof that you can have a solid business with that. So that's what we're doing in my world, and there is a branding program coming next week. You can find all the details in the show notes. It's called Potion. It's going to be very, very, very fun. If you've liked this podcast, then this program is for you. But for now, I want to thank you for listening to this pilot episode. We are back. We're working on all the things. We're working on the branding. We're working on a jingle. We're working on, so how to distribute all those things, what to talk about. But that's what I'm doing right here in my office. And yeah, I'm curious to what you think you thought of this show. I think it's also a little bit different than it was a year ago because I'm older right now. So you will probably notice, and hopefully I'm also wiser. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.